Everybody, today I want to read you a story, and it's a story about how soil through the form of compost gets made. It's a story called Tiny Creatures, the World of Microbes. All right, here we go. You know about big animals, and you know about small animals. But do you know that there are creatures so tiny that millions could fit on this ant's antenna? There's the ant. So tiny that we'd have to make the ant's antenna as big as a whole whale to show them to you? They don't have eyes, heads, or legs, branches, roots, or leaves because they aren't animals or plants, but they are alive. They are called microbes, and there are lots of them. A single drop of seawater can hold 20 million microbes. That's about the same as the number of people in New York State. And a teaspoon of soil can have as many as 1 billion microbes. That's about the same as the number of people in the whole of India. Microbes live everywhere, in the sea, on land, in the soil, and in the air. They live in places where nothing else does, like volcanoes, or inside of rocks, or at the back of your fridge. They also live on the outside and inside of plants and animals. Right now, there are more microbes living on your skin than there are people on Earth, and there are 10 or even 100 times as many in your stomach. Don't worry, although some microbes make you sick, the ones that live in you and on you all the time help keep you well. But even though they are too small to see, they are not at all the same. There are lots of different kinds, more than there are different kinds of animals and plants. Some are tinier than others, as different in size as ants and whales. Here is the polio virus. That's hard to see. One of the smallest microbes. And here is a Paramecium. It is 2,000 times bigger than the polio virus. That's big. Some microbes are round, some are skinny, some are have wiggly tails, some look like daisies, some look like shells, some are squishy, some look like spaceships, some look like necklaces. Microbes can eat anything, plants, animals, alive or dead, even oil and rocks. They're too small to have mouths, so they just soak up whatever they need through their skin. Wow. That's why the things microbes eat won't disappear in bites. They change slowly into something else. Food into compost. Milk into yogurt. Rocks into soil. And when microbes are well fed, they are really, really good at making some more microbes. They simply split so that where there was one, 20 minutes later, there are 2, and then 4, and then 8, and then 16, starting with just one microbe of any type. Starting with just one microbe of a type called E. coli, which of course would be far too small for you to see. It would take 11 and a half hours for there to be enough E. coli to fill this space, and 20 minutes later, they would split and double to fill this space. That's why it takes only a few of the wrong kind of microbes, that we call germs, to get into your body to make you sick. Here's a mosquito biting someone. They get in through your mouth or through a cut or something like an insect bite, a mosquito. Then inside of you, where they are warm and well fed, they split and split and split and split until just a few germs have turned into thousands and then millions. They're still tiny, but there are enough of them to make you sick. So it's best to stop them from getting in. Luckily, only a few kinds of microbes can make humans sick. Most microbes are busy doing other things. And because microbes are so good at making more microbes, some of the things they do are very, very big. They can wear down mountains and build up cliffs. They can stain the sea red, turn the sky cloudy, and make snowflakes glow. They recycle everything that dies to make our soil so that new life can sprout, and they help to make our air good to breathe. All over the earth, all the time, tiny microbes are eating and eating and eating and splitting and changing one thing into the other. They are the invisible transformers of our world, the tiniest lives doing some of the biggest jobs. And there they are. So the thing that I wanted to show you is my own compost bucket. That's where I put things like an apple core that I finished eating, and a banana peel, and the shell of an avocado, and some coffee grounds and tea bags. I have something in my compost bucket to show you now. First, I have in my compost, I have a lemon that's here, a banana peel, and a piece of lettuce. And I have something that I let sit outside in the soil for 2 weeks, and they look different. Let's zoom in on them. That is a banana peel, and it looks like an orange peel. Let's zoom out. Can you tell the difference between my compost, one that is new that I have just thrown away, and one that's been sitting out and being digested by microbes? This banana peel is decomposing. That's the process of being digested by all the microbes. And this one is just in the process of starting to decompose. So this is my compost. My compost will become more soil. I have one more thing to share with you about soil and compost. Here is my compost bucket. And that is that when I was adding to my compost bucket last week, I put my hand inside and I noticed that it felt warm. And I wondered why. So first I moved it out of the sun because I wanted to make sure that that's why it wasn't warm. But the next day I checked again and it was still warm. Why was my compost warm? Remember, my compost was my banana peel, my apple core, my lemon shell, some of the fruit and vegetables that I wasn't going to eat anymore, all sitting together in my bucket. So, you know when you've been playing outside in the playground and you start to get really hot and sweaty because you're running around so much? Well, that is very similar to the compost in my bucket. The microbes are working very hard and producing a lot of energy to break down the natural foods that I put in the bucket. The fruit and the vegetables and the tea bags and all that. So because they were working so hard to eat, or like the book said, to absorb the food, it was producing heat. Wow. So that's an experiment that you can do at home. You can take a banana peel and put it outside and check on it day after day after day and see how long it takes to disappear. You can also make your own compost bucket and see if you've noticed the same thing, if it gets warm or produces energy in the form of heat. So that is my lesson about soil and compost. I hope to see you next time.